morning students. Welcome back to grade 4 science online class. Children, in the previous class we have learned the different types of plants such as terrestrial plants, aquatic plants, insectivorous plants and non-green plants. Hope you all have learned that portions. Children, today we are going to learn uses of plants. Plants are very useful to us, isn't it? Every day we use things made from plants in some form or the other, right? Most of our food come from plants and we all depend on plants for food. We know that plants prepare their own food in the leaves in the presence of air, water and sunlight. Some of this food is used by the plants for themselves. The leftover food is stored in the different parts of the plants. Fruits, vegetables, oil, sugar, cereals, pulses, nuts and spices are all plant products. We eat different parts of plants as vegetables like root, stem, leaves, fruits and flowers. First, root. We eat roots of some plants like carrot, radish and beetroot as vegetables. Stems. We eat stems of some plants like potato, onion and ginger as vegetables. Leaves. We eat leaves of some plants like spinach and cabbage as vegetables. Fruits. Apples, banana and grapes are some fruits that we eat. Flowers. We eat flowers of some plants like cauliflower and broccoli as vegetables. Next, oil. From where do we get oil? We get oil from the seeds of plants like sunflower and coconut. Cereals. Seeds like rice, wheat and corn are eaten as cereals. Pulses. Seeds like urad and moong are rich in proteins and are eaten as pulses. Then sugar. From where do we get sugar? Sugar is obtained from sugarcane. Nuts. Dry seeds of plants like walnut and cashew nut are eaten as nuts. Then spices. We get spices like cardamom and black pepper from plants. Why do we use spices? Spices add flavor to our food. Okay. Tea, coffee and cocoa beans are also obtained from plants. We get tea from the leaves of the tea plant. We get coffee from the seeds of the coffee plant. Soaps and shampoos have vegetable oils which are obtained from plants like neem, coconut, etc. Paints also contain substances obtained from plants. Next, fibers. We get cotton and jute from plants. Cotton fibers are used to make cotton clothes. Jute fibers are used to make carpets, sacks, and robes. Flax is another type of fiber that we get from plants. Coconut tree gives us coconut oil, coconut water, coir for making ropes as well as an edible fruit. Trees are used to make paper and furniture. The hollow stem or cane of a bamboo plant is used to make baskets, huts, mats, and walking sticks. Juice from the rubber tree is used to make rubber for tires and pipes. The juice of acacia tree, that is kigar, is used to make gum. Children, do you know the use of gum? Yes, gum is used to stick pictures and many other things. Trunks of trees such as shisham, teak, and sal give us wood for making furniture, doors, and windows. Plants are used to make medicines. The bark of the tree of chingona is used to produce the medicine for malaria. Bark and leaves of neem are used as antiseptics. Eucalyptus oil is used to treat cold. Tulsi can cure fever. Dyes from plants are extremely popular. Henna, that is mehendi leaves, are used for decorating hands. Okay. Take your science booklet and write the question answer. Already we have completed 5 question answer. Now we can write the 6th one. Write a short note on useful plants. Plants are very useful to us. Every day we use things made from plants in some form or the other. We all depend on plants for food. Fruits, vegetables, oil, sugar, cereals, pulses, nuts, and spices are all plant products. Tea, coffee, and cocoa beans are also obtained from plants. Soaps and shampoos have vegetable oils which are obtained from plants. Paints also contain substances obtained from plants. I repeat, 6th one. Write a short note on useful plants. Plants are very useful to us. Every day we use things made from plants in some form or the other. We all depend on plants for food. Fruits, vegetables, oil, sugar, cereals, pulses, nuts, and spices are all plant products. Tea, coffee, and cocoa beans are also obtained from plants. Soaps and shampoos have vegetable oils which are obtained from plants. Paints also contain substances obtained from plants. Okay. Take your science book and turn page number 83. Now we can write the book exercises. First, fill in the blanks with the correct words. First one, plants on the mountains are usually dash and have dash to multiply. Flowering, flowerless. Answer is flowerless. And have dash to multiply. Fruits, cones. Answer is cones. Second, plants growing in deserts store water in the dash which become fleshy. Roots, stems. Answer is stems. Third, leaves of underwater plants absorb gases dash directly through their dash dissolved in water from air. Answer is dissolved in water. Then stomata, surface. Answer is surface. Fourth one, the juice of dash gives us gum. Acacia, bamboo. Answer is acacia. Fifth, dash gives us medicines. Tulsi, shisham. Answer is tulsi. Choose the correct option. First one, which of these can grow in areas of less rainfall? A. Peepal and gulmohar. B. Shisham and sal. C. Ashok. D. All of this. Answer is D. All of this. Second, which of these is true about trees that grow on mountains? A. They are tall and straight. B. They have a conical shape. C. They grow cones with seeds inside them. D. All of this. Answer is D. All of this. Third, which of these help plants growing in swampy regions to breathe? A. Breathing leaves. B. Breathing stems. C. Breathing roots. D. Cones and thorns. Answer is D. C. Breathing roots. Fourth one, where do saprophytic plants get their nutrition from? A. Insects that they trap. B. Photosynthesis with the help of their leaves. C. Dead plants and animals. D. All of these. Answer is C. Dead plants and animals. Fifth, stems of which of these plants would you use to make baskets and walking sticks? A. Bamboo. B. Rubber. C. Flax. D. Kigar. Answer is A. Bamboo. Sixth, which of these refers to dry lands that receive very little rainfall? A. Mountains. B. Plains. C. Deserts. D. Swamps. Answer is C. Deserts. Seventh one, why do we find coconut trees in coastal areas? A. Because they are tall and rain can slide off easily. B. Because the soil is sticky. C. Because coconut trees can survive in salty water. D. Because coconut trees have thorns that help them to conserve water. Answer is C. Because coconut trees can survive in salty water. Eighth one, how do some plants survive under water? A. They have no stomata. B. They have thin and narrow leaves. C. Their leaves absorb gases directly from their surface. D. All of these. Answer is D. All of these. Next, give 2 examples for each of the following. First one, plants that grow in areas of heavy rainfall. Rubber tree, teak tree. R-U-B-B-E-R rubber, T-R-E-E tree, T-E-A-K teak, T-R-E-E tree. Second, plants that grow in deserts. Cactus, babul, C-A-C-T-U-S cactus, B-A-B-O-O-L babul. Third, underwater plants. Tape grass, pondweed, T-A-P-E-G-R-A-S-S tape grass, P-O-N-D-W-E-E-D pondweed. Fourth, insectivorous plants. Venus flytrap, pitcher plant, V-E-N-U-S-F-L-Y-T-R-A-P Venus flytrap, P-I-T-C-H-E-R-P-L-A-N-T pitcher plant. Fifth, plant fibers. Cotton, jute, C-O-T-T-O-N cotton, Jute, jute. Sixth, plants that give us medicines. Tulsi, Chingona. Tulsi, Tulsi. Cinchona, Chingona. Next, give one word for the following. First, plants that grow on land. Terrestrial. 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 Second, plants that remain green all year round. Evergreen. 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 Third, plants that grow in water. Aquatic. 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 Fourth, plants whose leaves are modified to trap insects. Insectivorous. 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 Fifth, plants that cannot make their own food and absorb nutrients from dead plants and animals. Saprophytes. 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 Okay. Children, now we can revise this lesson. Lesson 7. How plants survive. In this lesson, we will revise the different types of plants such as terrestrial plants, aquatic plants, insectivorous plants and non-green plants, and also the uses of plants. Okay. First, terrestrial plants. What are terrestrial plants? Plants that grow on land are known as terrestrial plants. Land has different features such as plains, mountains and deserts. Some parts of land receive heavy rainfall, some moderate and some very little. Children, why do we find different kinds of plants in different areas? Because plants need to adjust in a new living conditions of that area to live there. Okay. Now let us revise the features of plants found on land. Okay. First, plants in plains. What are plains? Large flat areas of land are called plains. Okay. Plants growing in plains can be grouped into two categories. First, plants in areas of less rainfall. In this area, the climate is very hot and may shed most of their leaves in autumn. For example, neem, peepal, gulmohar, ashok, shisham and sal. Next, plants in areas of heavy rainfall. In these areas, the leaves of plants remain green throughout the year. So, they are called evergreen trees. Rubber tree and teak tree are some examples of plants that grow in areas of heavy rainfall. Okay. Next, plants on mountains. What are mountains? Lands higher than plains are called mountains. Mountains are generally colder than plains. Plants growing on these areas are generally tall and straight. They are cone-shaped. They have needle-like leaves with wax coating which helps water and snow to slip off easily. These trees do not bear flowers. Instead, they bear cones. Example, pine and fir. Okay. Next, plants in deserts. What are deserts? Dry lands that receive very little rain are called deserts. Cactus, babul, and date palms commonly grow here. In desert plants, the leaves are changed into spines to reduce the loss of water. The stem is green and fleshy. It contains chlorophyll. It prepares food for the plant and also stores food and water. Okay. Next, plants in swamps. Swamps have sticky soil. Trees growing in these areas are called mangroves. Here, the soil is covered with water, so roots do not get air to breathe. So, they come out of the soil to breathe. These type of roots are called breathing roots. Okay. Next, plants on sea coast. Coconut trees grow in coastal areas because they can survive in salty water and prefer areas of high rainfall. The seeds of such plants are carried off to faraway places by water. Okay. Next, we can revise aquatic plants. What are aquatic plants? Plants that grow in water are known as aquatic plants. Aquatic plants can be divided into three groups: floating plants, fixed plants, and underwater plants. First, floating plants. Floating plants are small in size and light in weight. They are usually spongy. Their roots are not fixed, so they float on water. Duckweed and water hyacinth are two floating plants. Next, fixed plants. Roots of these plants are fixed to the bottom of the pond. For example, lotus and water lily. The stem of these plants are long, hollow and light. Leaves are broad and have a wax coating. They float on water. Okay. Next, underwater plants. Underwater plants grow under the water surface and have thin and narrow leaves without any stomata. Their leaves absorb gases dissolved in water directly through the surface. Tape grass and pondweed are examples of underwater plants. Okay. Next, we can revise insectivorous plants. What are insectivorous plants? Plants that are carnivorous in nature and trap insects are called insectivorous plants. For example, Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. Children, do you know how do they trap insects? In Venus flytrap, the leaf is folded into two halves. When an insect sits on it, the two halves close and the insect gets trapped. In a pitcher plant, the hollow leaves are filled with secretions. When an insect sits on it, the lid closes and the insect gets trapped in the pitcher and is digested. Okay. Next, non-green plants. Some plants are non-green in color because they do not have chlorophyll. Plants such as Indian pipe and coral root are non-green plants. Plants that cannot make their own food and absorb nutrients from dead plants and animals are called saprophytic plants. Okay. Next, uses of plants. Plants are very useful to us as they provide a lot of things such as food items, paper, gums, paints and medicines. Okay. Children, revise this lesson thoroughly. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.